Township Board of Trustees meeting for March 9th to order. And then, Mr. Cooey, if you could do the invocation for us.
Father, we thank you for this land in which we live. We thank you that we have this form of government and we can participate in it. We look to you to guide us, direct us by the power of your Spirit. Help us to have wisdom, Lord, that what we do would be beneficial for the people of Dalton Township. We ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Amen. All right, and then if we can stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. And then we have the appointment or appointing a recording secretary. Obviously, you can see that Kennedy is not Amy. So Amy is not going to be here today. And we would just need to have a motion to approve Kennedy Seekman as the recording secretary.
I make a motion to approve Kennedy Seekman as recording secretary.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have a support? Support by Lee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right, moving on. Kennedy, now as recording secretary, can you do roll call for us?
Michael,
Here.
Lee,
Here.
Christy,
Here.
Heather,
Here.
Eugene,
Here.
Amy is absent, Nola present.
Right, thank you. And then before we do approval of agenda, you guys came in and saw that we had tire recycling and a potential free dump day added. Those, I wouldn't have thrown them on yet last minute like that, but the decisions had to be made by like March 17th, so. If we can get a motion to approve the agenda with those additions.
Make a motion to approve the agenda with those additions.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Eugene. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. All right. Agenda is approved. Next, we're moving on to approval of past meeting minutes. We actually have two sets of meeting minutes. We have the work session from February 2nd. And then we have the February 9th meeting minutes. So we should do approvals for those separately.
Make a motion to approve February 2nd, 2026 work session meeting.
Okay, so we have a motion from Nola. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Christy. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Okay, those meeting minutes can be placed on file. And then next, the regular meeting minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the February 2nd regular meet, or excuse me, February 9th regular meeting minutes.
Okay, motion by Michael. Do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Nola. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, those can be placed on file. Next is the treasurer's report. Christy, do you have anything to add?
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add. Any comments, questions from the board?
Great interest still.
All right, we can place those treasurer's reports on file. Next is pay the bills report.
Make a motion to pay bills.
Motion by Nola to pay the bills. Do we have support? Support by Christy. And then if we can do a roll call vote for that, Kennedy.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christy,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola. Yes.
Right. Those bills can be paid. And then next, we are moving on to fire department report, and then we'll have some other items to add. Chief, do you have anything to add to your fire department report? Any questions for Chief regarding the report? Okay, we will place that on file. We do have within that, we're gonna go through some fire business, I guess. We have the first request for consideration. Michael Colburn, who has served since we hired full-time firefighters as a full-time firefighter, is wanting to drop down to part-time. And he's going to go and further his fire career. So, we just need to make a motion to approve moving his class to part-time firefighter.
I make a motion to approve moving Michael Colburn to the class of part-time firefighter from full-time.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have support? Support by Christie. And then we do need to do a roll call on that.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie. Yes. Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola. Yes.
Right, that passes. Thank you. I don't know where you're at, but thank you. Appreciate you. All right. Next order of business is to make a motion to Keach is actually one of our part-time firefighters, and he is now needing to switch class to full-time firefighter. So if we can have a motion to approve Justin Keach for that full-time firefighter class.
I make a motion to approve moving Justin Keach to the class of full-time firefighter from part-time.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have a support?
Support.
Support by Eugene. And then any discussion from the board? We will do a roll call vote on that as well.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola. Yes.
All right, that passes. And before we move on, Keach, if you could come forward and we will swear you in for your full-time firefighter. And I have to do it because Amy's not here, so. Not have to, I get to do it. All right. I will have you raise your right hand. And then you can just say, I swear at the end, so you don't have to repeat every single line, okay?
Okay.
I, Justin Keach, do solemnly swear to do my duty as a full-time firefighter for the Township of Dalton to the best of my ability, to serve the officers and fellow firefighters with respect and dignity, to serve the citizens of Dalton Township with compassion, courage, and integrity, while following our vision of duty, pride, and tradition, and to uphold the laws of the Constitution of Dalton Township, the state of Michigan, and the United States, so help me God.
I swear.
All right, and then you can sign right there. And then I will sign and I will get you a copy of this later.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, and the next order of fire business is regarding Kevin Anderson. I, to my knowledge, do not know that we have done this ever in the past. I'm going to read it. And then if the board approves, I will sign it and give it to firefighter Anderson. So. A proclamation proclaiming appreciation and congratulations for Dalton Township Fire Lieutenant Kevin J. Anderson. Whereas Fire Lieutenant Kevin J. Anderson has devoted 32 years of exemplary service to the residents of Dalton Township, demonstrating unwavering commitment and exceptional leadership in his roles. And whereas Dalton Township recognizes that Kevin J. Anderson began his distinguished career in 1994 as a probationary firefighter with Dalton Township. And whereas through hard work and perseverance, Kevin J. Anderson graduated through class of Firefighter 2 and Medical First Responder. And whereas it is recognized that through the 32 years of service within the Dalton Township Fire Department, Kevin J. Anderson served in many capacities, including Assistant Fire Chief, Company Officer, and Lieutenant. And whereas throughout his career, Fire Lieutenant Kevin J. Anderson demonstrated a profound dedication to public safety, community service, and the well-being of all citizens. And whereas his retirement marks the culmination of 32 years of carrying the standards of duty, pride, and tradition. Now therefore be it proclaimed that we, the Dalton Township Board of Trustees, do hereby express our deepest gratitude to Fire Lieutenant Kevin J. Anderson for his outstanding service and utmost dedication to those he has served. We extend our heartfelt thanks and well wishes for the years to come. Be it further proclaimed that his legacy of bravery, leadership, and commitment will be an inspiration to us all. And if the board so approves, I will sign this and give this to him. So all in favor of that? That?
Aye.
I figured as much. And then, Kevin, could you come forward and I will give this to you.
Oh, man.
All right. And on that note, I will turn the mic over to Chief Alan Stiles.
That's it, Kevin.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you.
We thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Way to go.
Mhm.
Right. If you're,
Chief, at this point, you and your party people may be excused.
Party people.
Thursday,
More than half the audience.
Good job, good job.
Yeah. Has a whole bunch to look at.
It's not over yet. Nice. Very, very religious. I know, right?
All right.
That'd be good.
I guess now we'll move on. Next is the Planning Commission report. Lee, did you have anything to add?
Nope. Just plain and simple.
Okay. Any questions from the board? All right, we will put that on file. Next is the Planning and Zoning report. Steve, did you have anything to add?
No.
Okay, we will place that on file. Well, hold on. Anybody on board got any questions? No. Okay, we'll place that on file. Maintenance and grounds report. Justin, do you have anything to add?
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add? Any questions from the board? Perfect. Okay, we will place that on file. And then next, rules kept with tradition, I guess. I don't know if you can call it tradition if it happened twice, but
Start of a tradition.
cemetery annual report. Do we have any, do you guys have anything that you would like to add? Where's Kristen? Okay. Does the board have any questions for them?
There's gonna be increase, right?
That will be in this packet for decision. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
All right. We will place that on file. And then we are at our first public comment. Does the public have a comment?
Yes.
All right.
Dustin McCormick, 5478 Russell Road. I buzzed through everything you guys were going through before I came here tonight. Wanted to mention a couple things. The cemetery, in the cemetery report, I saw the Oakland project. They talked about the fence was in disrepair and whatnot. It needed some new fence. Just want to let you guys be aware that we have, our construction company has a fair amount of lightly used fence that we sell and or sometimes we have to scrap it out, but it's taken down from the usually school projects. I mean, they don't save money very good, so there's a fair amount of that. if you're interested. And then, I heard you mention the free dump day, and I thought I would just let the rest of the board know that, we assisted with that from like 2003 to 6 or 7. It was a regular thing and then just kind of stopped. We used to assist with it. It had a huge turnout. I think it was great for the township. One of the reasons they shut it down was they thought that people might save garbage for a whole year to utilize the dump day, which you might have 1 or 2 doing that maybe, right? But the average person's
Right.
not gonna do that, so that was one of the reasons before. But I remember seeing a lot of stuff coming in that appeared to come out of the woods and the Lakewood trails, and stuff had buried leaves and things like that, so it seemed to be very effective at cleaning stuff up, so if you're pursuing that, I would highly recommend it,
Very good.
along with the tire recycling. Consists of. Or that's where I
That's
got-
great. Thank you. Any other public comment?
Hi, Bree McCarthy, 491 Russell Road, and I have a letter that I wrote in regards to decision items 18 and 19, the housing readiness package that I would like to read to the board. When I read the letter drafted by the local municipalities, it seemed that the main concern was the potential loss of control. However, the role of local government is to act in the best interest of its residents. The goal should not be control for its own sake, but efficient governance that reflects the residents' needs and uses public resources responsibly. The Michigan Housing Readiness legislation creates clear, consistent baseline standards across communities, reducing confusion for residents, builders, and local governments while limiting repeated debates over the same issues. Most importantly, these policies support responsible housing growth so that young families and seniors alike can continue to live in the communities they serve. Supporting these bills is not about removing local voice. It is about ensuring that communities can grow in a way that is fair, efficient, and sustainable for current and future generations. In conclusion, I encourage the board to support the residents of Dalton Township and the residents of the state of Michigan by supporting this legislation. Please consider the bigger picture when making your decision. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, any other public comment?
2 things I forgot. I didn't use my 3 minutes up.
Okay, we'll allow it, we'll allow it.
I had a note on here. Yes, regarding that item number 19. I agree with you opposing it. Don't see that it fits us. And another thing is the cell tower contract, the revisions review. I would not let them leave any more stuff in the ground. And it said something about 6 inches of 2
Yeah.
foot, whatever,
Mhm.
get it out. 'Cause
That's my question.
it's a
Mhm.
nightmare down the road for someone. And there's
Yeah.
already way too much abandoned, unused
Mhm.
stuff in the ground,
Concrete,
Mhm.
knows what?
copper,
Mhm.
iron,
Mhm.
Mhm.
that needs to come out and get recycled instead of
Yep.
leaving it behind, right? So,
Okay, thank you so much for that. All right, any other public comment? I don't see anybody jumping. Okay. Moving on, we will go to decision item, the first decision item, which is the resolution for cemetery prices. This is not one that we super are thrilled about. However, prices are going up for all of the things. We've had increases steadily in the foundations, cost, and then the actual costs for the company to come out and do burials. So, I don't know if either of you have anything to kind of add to the price increases at all, kind of here, Kristen.
And then there's also going to be a grave location fee if things aren't properly marked, which mistakes happen. And the township would have to pay $150 every time that happens. So this would just kind of help combat some of those mistakes that, are bound to happen and those increases. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a new, relatively newer,
Yeah, just started this year.
thing too, so.
I had a question about the green burial. Why is it so much more?
So green burials are more because they do not have casket and they do not have a vault. We also charge a no vault fee, or at least we did. I don't know if it's still on this thing. Because the ground eventually settles more. And then we have to go back and put more fill over top of it, grass seed. And then there might be another time that you have to come out and do that. It just requires more like looking after and maintenance to make sure that the ground is level. So
I just figured because it's organic.
yeah, no, there's a lot more risk to green burials too. Yeah, depending on it. There's only, oh, it might be more now, but when I was doing it, there wasn't a ton of funeral homes that were super comfortable. And then you have to figure the risk of them lowering. A lot of people don't like it, especially if you're in a shroud. They have like a wood thing that goes behind you and then they pull. Anyway, a lot more risk involved. And then there's also more maintenance involved with that and the no vault fee for people who have casket burials without that. Hopefully that helped. Okay. Any other discussion from the board? I did just realize that the second whereas needs to be this resolution number. Yeah, it's the previous one. So where it says Dalton Township ordinance number, it should be 2026-07 declares that prices change. So,
2607.
Like what it says at the top.
yeah. All right.
I'll make a motion to approve the cemetery fee schedule resolution as presented.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have a support? Support by Christie. Any discussion from the board? All right, hearing none, we will do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yeah.
Christy,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
And then just to clarify, Nola, you were making that motion with those revisions, correct? Correct.
Those revisions.
Okay,
Yes.
we want to make sure it's that on the record.
Yep, sorry.
And then we will move on to a cemetery exemption. We have these from time to time. This is a headstone and it's a bench, which we don't normally allow benches. And I think that the size was a little bit bigger than our standard request. So we just have to bring it to the board and make sure that we're okay because it does go against the cemetery rules and ordinances. You guys want to review it?
Is that creating a problem with rating?
It has to be in line. It has to be in line with the other monuments, for like maintenance purposes. So Justin, you
Right.
guys, so that's usually the conversation that happens too. Like you can't have it as an actual bench away from a different one because how they get the mower in there. So
Would it be easier to make the revision to the ordinance for a certain size than to keep bringing all these back to the board if someone else wants to?
well, we only get one maybe a year.
Well, Kennedy had met with another person today and he also wants a bench.
We will probably have to look at doing a ordinance revision also to discuss and add potentially markers that allow for cremations within them. That's not something that's adapted in our ordinances. So the girls will review it as the cemetery coordinators and then bring those revisions to us. But as for right now, we're just at a case by case approval until
Okay.
those are adopted. So
Well, I make a motion to approve the cemetery ordinance exemption as presented.
motion by Nola. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Eugene. And then any discussion from the board? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee, Christy,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
Right, that passes. And then we are moving on to resolution 2026 08, which is the Lakewood sub-area plan. Steve has brought this to us before, but this is now the resolution approving it from the planning commission. The resolution will adopt the Lakewood addition sub-area plan. Planning commission has recommended adoption. So just need a motion for that.
Steve, this is the same thing that we looked at before, right?
Right, there have been some edits for clarification and spelling and grammar, but no material changes.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve resolution 2026-08 to adopt the Lakewood Additions Sub-Area Plan.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have support? Support by Lee. Any discussion from the board? Hearing none, we will do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee. Yes. Christie.
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
All right, that passes. We'll put that on file. The next is kind of a two-part thing. So it kind of will depend on what we do with the first. So the first one is the letter for Housing Readiness Program. This is something that I myself did not prepare, but was prepared and presented to township supervisors. So putting this in here so we can discuss and then decide if we want to if we want to have me sign this. I guess I'll read it out loud. Dear legislators, we write on behalf of our respective townships to express opposition to the proposed housing readiness preemption package that would limit local authority over zoning development decisions. Township boards are the level of government closest to the people. Our residents elect us to make decisions that reflect the character, infrastructure, capacity, fiscal realities, and long-term vision of our individual communities. State level preemption circumvents the responsibility and undermines the principles of local control that has long guided the governance in Michigan. Housing markets, infrastructure systems, and development patterns vary widely across the state. Rural and suburban townships face different challenges related to roads, utilities, public safety services, and environmental constraints. One size fits all framework imposed at state level cannot account for these differences and risks unintended consequences. Many townships are actively working to address housing supply and affordability through planning updates, zoning reforms, public-private partnerships, and infrastructure investments. These efforts require flexibility and local discretion. What communities need are particular tools and resources, not the removal of their authority to make land use decisions on behalf of their residents. We respectfully urge you to oppose the proposed preemption policies and instead partner with the local governments to support housing growth in a way that preserves local control and reflects community priorities. So, with that, we have, a memo put together, just some information regarding those bills. Right now, it does seem like a lot of it is geared more towards, houses that are along sewer and water. It's starting to go out, so there will be more things that come as time goes. I guess. I mean, I don't know if you guys read through the bills and stuff too. Yeah, lots of things, but trying to give information. I will say the only thing that I wish is that instead of putting it through as bills that then, will become law that we have to follow or help set, it would be something that's like, here is a package of things that you can compare your zoning ordinance and your plannings to make sure that you're in line with housing, because I think all of us want housing. That would help communities maybe who didn't realize their zoning was so strict or something like that, because we have such a diverse township as well. we have Lakes area, we have the Village of Lakewood Club, you have rural areas, you have commercial areas, industrial areas. And you know, I kind of get the idea of the one size fits all framework doesn't always fit everything. So I guess if we are just looking to either make a motion to approve or deny the signing, and then we can have some discussion.
I would make a motion to, deny Heather fully signing the proposed letter on behalf of Dalton Township.
Okay, motion by Nola to deny. Do we have support?
Just for clarification, that's meaning we don't want to be involved.
Right, we will
Okay,
not sign.
Thank you.
So if we're not involved, that would put us local level, making the decisions for this, correct?
All this is
That what
doing,
that's saying? Just,
I'll give clarification. All this is doing is putting the ball in local legislatures court. It's not us saying that we are or are not going to do this thing. It's us saying we would really like to keep the ability to make those decisions here at the township and not at the state level.
okay,
So if we choose to not sign it, then this doesn't go to legislature. They just continue to do what they do. Maybe other municipalities will sign it. And that's fine. Or we sign and we say that we don't want that.
Are they just, because these are just bills right now, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're just trying to get support. All this is really, we would say we would be supporting this.
This letter, no, this letter says we do not want those bills.
I understand.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that's
Yeah.
the deal is.
Yeah, this is us saying to legislature, we would not want those bills. And then
Governing our,
and govern it ourselves, so make those decisions ourselves.
Steve, what would that affect our zoning?
So there are a number of those would only affect things with water and sewer on them. There are a few bills. One regards setbacks. I did not see anything relating to water and sewer, so it would apply throughout the entire township. One of those required setbacks is 25 feet from any inland lake or stream or river, which we are presently set at 60 feet in the Lakes District from the lakes and 100 feet from any other lake or stream in any other zoning district.
and being set back 60 feet, what does that provide?
It provides a standard for people to not build in front of each other. It also provides, essentially, it's a view protection
Correct.
for people that have purchased lake lots and want to protect their view.
Yep.
That is something that a lot of people living on the lakes feel very passionately about,
Oh, that they do.
is if somebody has a 100-foot setback and somebody's building at 60 feet next to them, they are often very verbal and passionate about not being a fan of that construction.
Okay.
They are within the required setback, so it is permitted, but going from 65 to 25 is something that
Yeah, a lot of angry
would
people.
affect this township.
Yeah.
So that being said, we can, there's a couple ways we can handle this letter. Like I said, it's not one that I personally had drafted. We can choose to have me sign the letter saying we don't agree with it. We can choose to not do anything and wait and just see how it all plays out.
No, I think it'd be better to sign a letter, I'm sorry, saying we do not agree.
Right.
That was an option.
That's what this letter is saying. We don't agree with that, the state having the
I should
control.
sign it.
Huh?
So then we would want to sign, so I take back my motion. Right?
Yeah.
And have her sign it so that we don't want to be a part of it, correct?
Right. I figured that's where you were going with it, because with your ahs and your head nods, I was like,
Yeah,
you said a different thing than, so it would be to approve the sign.
Yes.
Right.
My apologies.
And I have one question for Steve. So just so I understand it, so if that passed and they dictated that it was 25 feet, that would override anything that the township wanted to do.
That would override anything we do, and we would have to change our ordinances significantly to comply with state law.
All right,
Mhm.
okay, thank you.
And I definitely have, I will say I've looked at things both sides and I get the push for housing and I get we need it. I just don't know that this is necessarily the right way to go about.
I don't think we have to.
So. All right. We have a support to Nola. Did you amend your?
We did,
Okay,
sure did.
we had a support.
You want to restate what you said?
Yep, I will say that I would like Heather to sign the letter denying to be a part of
Just
Yes.
stating opposition.
Yeah, it's a
the
state
opposition.
opposition.
All right, I'll support that.
Okay, motion by Nola, support by Michael. Any other discussion from the board?
I'm gonna say something because I'm gonna vote no,
That's fine.
but I'm gonna vote no on a principle.
Mm-hmm,
I am opposed to this
mm-hmm,
on the basis that the more you centralize, the farther it gets away from us.
Yes,
And it's centralizing, and I'm opposed to that, but I'm not sure that as a township board, I would want my board to say, we're opposed. I will oppose it, okay?
Mhm.
And I'll talk to my representatives,
mm-hmm.
that's where it states.
but
right
it's just
there.
the board aspect. So that, just so you guys know where I'm coming from,
Yeah,
okay, that's all.
Mhm.
Just keep the air clear.
well, and we do have a responsibility to
Yep.
represent, so.
Yeah.
I think that's wise. All right, we have a motion, support, any other discussion from the board?
I guess just one more thing just to help.
It's a big thing, so.
I mean, I guess it's kind of for Steve a little bit too, because he deals with this stuff a
Mhm.
little bit, but just, I mean, for our township really even too, like what is this gonna affect for people building, like this is for like people that build houses, like, I mean, that's, I'm still just trying to wrap my head around, because there's a lot of stuff in here.
Mhm.
I'm just like, I don't understand, like, seems like we're pretty open with being able to
Mhm.
build on our things already, like, why
Yeah.
do we need more things?
Mhm.
I guess, I mean, we already have it kind of. And especially if this setback thing would apply to all zoning districts, that seems kind of messed up for the Lake District, because it's different than
Mhm.
a lot of other pretty unique township here with that, so.
Mhm.
If it would apply to all zoning districts, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Mhm.
So just you said. Just wanted to keep my head wrapped around all this stuff.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot, and it is, you know, we've really made a lot of revisions to the ordinances to try to approve things and get things moving and not have, you know, definitely not as strict as it once was, so.
We've already added some of this stuff too.
Yeah,
Accessory
yeah,
dwelling
some of
units.
it's already in there, yeah, we've allowed accessory dwelling units and, you know, the list could go on. I think this is more for the communities that maybe have stricter zoning where they're not allowing for housing to go in. I don't think we fall in that category, but it could mess up things for other sections and we are unique, so it's hard to just say this is it, yeah. All right, motion support, any other question or any other discussion from the board? Hearing none, we will do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
No,
Amy's not here, Nola.
Yes.
All right, that passes. And then the next thing is a resolution that just is formally from our board saying that we oppose the preemption of local zoning authority. It pretty much restates the letter in a resolution form.
So I make a motion to with resolution 2026-09 opposing state preemption of local zoning authority through the proposed housing readiness package.
All right, motion by Nola. Do we have support?
Support.
Support by Lee. Any discussion from the board on this? Hearing none, we will do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
No.
Amy's not here, Nola.
Yes.
Right. Motion passes. Moving on to Beagle Sports Park contracts, there were some minor revisions that were made. Mostly the biggest thing, nothing to do with pricing change. No other major revisions other than adding we need to have the dates and the schedule before we will take the money and sign the things. So that way we don't run into what we did last season where we have a community plan day and the sports team using the community thing at the same time.
I have a question too, though, on
Mhm.
page 2 of 2, where it talks about if we give individuals keys to gates and doors.
Mhm.
There's nothing stating in here that they can't make duplicate copies of the keys. Should that be included in there so that they know? Like, well, hopefully, but that's a hopefully. That's not a, you know,
We can definitely add, like,
get rid of that just for safety purposes. Because if we don't state it, somebody could just up and do it regardless.
They can do it
They will
anyway.
do it anyways.
right,
Do it anyway.
right,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but if it's in here, they can tell.
Right.
Especially if we catch it.
Lets everybody know
right.
it's in the red.
Speaking of the key, just in my experience dealing with another township here locally, we have used a pavilion and they have a key to the restroom. The restroom is not necessarily part of the, well, it is part of the deal. But if you want access to the restroom, you'd have to pay a deposit on the key.
Okay.
That might be an idea as well.
Mhm.
If you get the money back, you take the key, leave your deposit, bring it back and you get your money back. But it's just a security of that key.
We can add that language in there. That is, like in baseball and the soccer, lacrosse stuff as well. Those are the rules that they say that they're gonna follow. We do have a deposit, the portion of maintenance, the amount delivered to the township. Yeah, so we could have a, maybe an additional amount on there stating that they have to have that in order to get that portion back. They'd have to return keys. We haven't had any issues so far, but definitely we're thinking of.
Farmers market kind of does some of that
Mhm.
when we rent it. with,
Yeah.
Like a 5, which it's a little different situation, but like,
Yeah.
because we're gonna be using the bathroom stuff, there's a $500 deposit, they just keep your check. And when you're all done, if everything's good to go,
They
then we get
return it to you, yeah.
or avoid it.
Yeah, we have, a key, I
Definitely,
think,
yeah.
for the vault, we gave them last year, right, baseball? Or is that just unlocked?
I switched the lock in that one.
Okay. And then there's a lock for the dugout door where they can do the scoreboard and stuff, which still operates, so. So I guess we can make that, thing. I don't know how much we would want to say for the keys.
$25 at the other township that I was referring
Okay.
to.
So we can put a $25 deposit down that we're
I
clear.
don't think that's a big deal.
Yeah. So do we want to make a motion to approve and then maybe approve with that amendment? Either
Motion to approve.
as is.
Amending the proposed contracts for Beagle Sports Park, including the amendments.
Nola made the motion. Do we have support?
Support with that amendment on the deposit.
Motion by Nola, support by Michael. Any discussion from the board? All right, hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
Evan,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's not here, Nola.
Yes.
Right. Those contracts passed. Next is the office printer options. I know it's a lot of stuff that you guys view. I try to put it all in one sheet here at the front. I guess give a breakdown, office machines, office machine printers. They had an option to buy a printer for just over $9,000, or buying a used printer for $4,500. That still came with that 5-year warranty, and service plan for them to come out. They are just doing a cost by print. And those numbers are there. We currently pay them $46 a month in the cost per print, so. The next option is Total Printer, or Total Print. They had a new machine at 8,000, just over 8,000. It didn't seem like that machine came with as many options as the other two companies had for the printers. And then that one is just cost per page printing, for maintenance. And then Applied Innovation had a option to lease for just over $400 a month. And then a purchase option for just over 7,000. They had a monthly maintenance fee of $125, but that included so many prints. So. Right now we use Office Machine printer. We've had good luck with them. They also gave us the option to break it up in 2 years. So if we pay for half now, we can pay for half in the next fiscal year. Either way, if we make a decision to pay for it in this any portion of it in this fiscal year, we would have to, at the annual meeting, it would have to come in one of the amendments for office equipment. Because we've met that. So.
At the last meeting, we just had the office machine. It seemed like, I know Amy, I think she was leaning, like the used one seemed like a very good option and save us quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I think it's one model newer than what we currently have, but it's refurbished. And then with that 5-year guarantee or 5-year warranty, by 5 years is when you need to look at replacing it anyway. So, especially with the amount of use it gets.
How many copies do we make?
Are you kidding?
Oops.
I know.
A
Substantial
substantial amount. Yeah, and it kind of just depends, but we definitely,
We need to know one.
and it cries when you make big,
Oh, I know.
when I did this, it was crying. Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
So the most cost-effective choice is the used one with that 5-year plan.
yes,
Okay.
And it's a company we would use.
yes, yes, yep.
Make it a motion, Mike.
All right. I make a motion to approve the purchase of an office printer from Office Machine Company with the used 5-year plan.
I'll support it.
Okay, motion support. I guess for clarification, do we want to put it in this budget year and just make an amendment to the make that full amount to the budget
Yes.
amendment?
Yeah.
Okay,
Get it and we'll adjust numbers later.
okay. Are you okay with that as the
Oh, yeah.
motion maker?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Let's get it now.
So we had a motion support. Did you get those ones written down? And then we will do a roll call vote. Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christy,
Yes.
Heather. Yes, Eugene.
Yes.
Amy's not.
Yes.
All right, that passes. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Okay, so cell tower contract revisions. The two things, the depth was one of they said our attorney put in for 2 feet below grade. They came back with 6 inches below grade. And then the changes was that they had removed the provision requiring drawings and plans to be sent prior to changes being made. Is that agreeable? Personally, if they're making a change that involves buildings and stuff being put up there, they're gonna have to go through zoning anyway.
Yep.
We're selling them the easement. I don't feel like it's like every time they do something minor that we need to get a drawing, and in my opinion, if you're selling it, allowing them to do this stuff. Again, if they do any major changes, they have to come back for a site plan review anyway, so.
And I agree with the 2-foot depth,
Okay.
because if there's buried concrete under there, like if they're going 6 inches, oh, you mean they got 6 inches soil above the concrete? Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll come up.
okay.
So we can meet them halfway if we agree with their changes
Mhm.
as far as that goes, but we're saying if
We
you're
gotta
gonna stop
do the 2
operation
feet.
and take this down, you're going down 2 foot and
Yeah.
get rid of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I can definitely, we would need a motion for that language, but then I can definitely send that through to legal, get that in there.
I'm making a motion to approve the depth requirement to 2 foot. And removing the provision for drawing and plans prior to the changes being made.
Okay, motion by Nola, do we have support?
Support.
Support by Eugene, any discussion from the board? All right, hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christy,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
All right. Those revisions pass, and I will make sure to get that in for the contract. Next thing is the actual contract itself. Once we get a final copy, which you guys will see, once we get those revisions, I'll bring that back to the board. They need to have a motion saying who the signer is so they can move forward on their end with some documents. So this is just approving me to sign the final version of the contract when it is done. As the legal agent, but.
I make a motion to approve Supervisor Heather Cooley signing the final version of the contract for ETC Sequoia LLC on behalf of Dalton Township.
All right, motion by Nola, do we have support?
Support.
Support by Christie, any discussion on the board? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Michael, Lee,
Yeah.
Christy,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
Okay. Next is the ESTA PTO policy. There were some revisions that had happened over the last year within the state and requirements for ESTA. We initially were giving part-time employees the full amount, because when they first said it, everybody got 72, and now they're saying that you can do it based on hours. So this is to give that revision, we front load, so they would get front loaded their estimated amount of hours that they're gonna be working for the season, for our seasonal guys. If they work over, they'll get more.
Okay.
And then, other than that, it was just some language things that needed to change, no big major changes, so.
So I'll make a motion to approve the presented ESTA PTO policy.
All right, motion by Nola, do we have support? Support by Christie. Kennedy, you looked at it too, was there anything that I maybe missed to add to it? Okay. All right, discussion from the board. Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee.
Yes.
Christy,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
Okay, two good things left. All right, tire recycling. These ones were the ones that we added because they came late last week and needed a deadline of March. So, tire recycling grant, application. See, county is actually going to apply for that grant. They just need to know how many communities are willing to participate in it. Justin does, anyway, we can work out the details after. Justin can either have it at the sports park or at the transfer station. He can have more trailers if he does it at the sports park, but, the process takes up to 30 to 60 days. It's something we would have in the fall anyway, so we can bring back the actual decision for where we're gonna host it later. We just need to have a motion to approve or deny, Dalton hosting a tire recycling event.
Move that we approve Dalton Township hosting a tire recycling event.
Motion by Eugene. Do we have support? Support. Support by Michael. Any discussion from the board? All right, hearing none, roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene.
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
All right, that passes. Next is the county had reached out with an opportunity to do a free dump program. Like Jesse McCormick had stated, we've done that in the past. We right now offer $25 free pass, one-time use. It's up to the value of $25. I had the girls run some numbers. Those are attached there too. We get about half of the people that actually come and pick up the cards use them. So it's not super great stats. I'm not saying that we get rid of it, but I feel like we will get a bigger turnout for a free dump day. That being said, we did include Jesse McCormick in on the conversation because he shares the same road with it too. It shouldn't affect operations for them either. The only cost that we would have is from R&M Transport actually moving the bins, replacing them with empty bins. And we talked to him today too about how many bins he thinks we could fit because we can get more in there than we currently have. We'd like to host it on May 16th. May. Yep. Okay. It had to be in April or May. We could look later if we have a decent success with that. Maybe potentially adding an event in the fall that Dalton does. Because we wouldn't have the free day again, but for that transfer station, if we feel like that would be a better use of resources. But right now we're just approving the one for May.
The Saturday.
Saturday, yep.
I make a motion to approve Dalton Township hosting a free dump day for Muskegon County.
Okay, motion by Nola. Do we have support? Support. Support by Christie. Any discussion from the board? Okay, hearing none, roll call vote.
Michael,
Yes.
Lee,
Yes.
Christie,
Yes.
Heather,
Yes.
Eugene,
Yes.
Amy's absent, Nola.
Yes.
All right, that passes. All right, next is discussion items. Sports and shorts, I just attached a letter, just kind of letting you guys know where that money goes. That's a longstanding thing that Dalton Township has, given money for that, and within the community. White Lake area community education hosts it. There's lots of information there, but they do CPR training, kids food basket. And then the next discussion item is the ground radar. There is a gentleman who, I'll read what they put. One goal for the 2026 fiscal year in Oakland was to utilize services from Ken Price, who donates his time to use his ground penetrating radar to cemeteries. Price and his services were discovered by maintenance supervisor Justin Grinnell. The capability relevant to Dalton Township cemeteries includes determining if there are any breaks in the ground that signal there was once a hole dug, as well as the ability to see the lid of a casket. This will be especially helpful in the older section of the cemetery where records can be unclear. Price will sign a waiver created by the township to protect the cemetery from liability associated with potential damages, mostly to his own equipment. Despite the unlikelihood of those occurring. During this process, Price would like to document the exploration of on his YouTube channel. Not only would this be beneficial for his channel, but also serve a positive exposure for the township and its cemeteries.
I like it. I
So,
think it's cool.
yeah, Oakland
I want
has, Oakland has
Yeah.
a super old section where some of the monuments have even fallen in the ground and have started to eat them, and we have to like pull them up and put them, because they've fallen over. So,
Right.
you know, it would be interesting to know where burials potentially happens, so. And where we have, opening, where we have ability to bury people, so beneficial for us as well. More to come on that for decision item later in another meeting. Business license ordinance, just throwing this out there. Next month we'll have an ordinance in the packet, regarding business licenses. We've always put on our applications and our letters that the taxes were due before licenses were renewed. It wasn't reflected in the ordinance. So that's personal property. Yep. So that will be reflected now in, well, it won't be yet until the board views it and approves it. You could deny it. So, but that will be in the packet next month. Dawson Road project, after we had our budget discussion in that work session, went to the road commission meeting, and Dawson Road, which is half Cedar Creek, half Dalton Township, they had it separated in a 3-year stretch to accomplish it. I have it on this one with the map, and what those costs would be. The supervisor at Cedar Creek wondered if we could, he was like, well, what would be the cost if we did it all at once? And so that is that cost there, the 171,500. We would have to maneuver some of the projects around, but I think it would be doable still in the budget if we did want to, in next year's budget, if we want to just do all of Dawson Road, that whole stretch at once. It is the stretch that is from not M120, Erskine and down to, yes, River. So the big stretch, like from in town Twin Lake down to River where it ends. So, I just was kind of wanting to get your guys' overall feelings for it before moving forward and having the road commission draw up a contract. So if you guys were thinking, maybe still do it in 3 years, or if you wanted to just try to tackle it all at once.
Maybe we should drive out there and go see it.
Well, it's all paved. It's not the dirt part.
Oh, it's already paved.
Yeah, it's paved. So it's resurfacing it. Yeah, none of this is the part that Jeff had in the previous. This is all already paved, from Twin Lake down to River. But yeah, so it's just resurfacing that stretch.
That was north end 120 that Jeff's already.
Yeah.
Is there any cost offset the residents along there gonna help out?
No, it's just regular standard,
Maintenance?
maintenance, yeah. Cause it's not like a new thing, it's just resurfacing, taking care of what we already have. So.
Over, or are we talking the gravel and tar, or what is?
I think it's like they're gonna chip seal. I was thinking, right, I wish I'd had my other paper in here, I thought I put it in here. I guess what I can do is bring it as I could bring it as a decision item to allow them to make the contract, but yeah, it's just, they're gonna cover it. Put the new surfacing on top of it, so I think they call that chip sealing. Put the resurface over top of it.
That'd be the mill and grind and mill or something like that.
No,
Okay.
it's not that.
Chip sealing is just when they put down the tar
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
gravel.
that's
No.
that's the thing. That is the thing that is
That's what
opening.
you're talking about.
Mhm, mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no actual cost difference whether we do it in 1 year or 3. If I
Yeah.
look at these numbers, it all adds up the same.
Correct. The only difference is that the next 2 years are estimates. Well, they're all estimates really, because and they try to come in under, yeah,
It saves the inflation that'll take place
Right.
next year.
right. We don't know what the prices will be like over the next few years, so.
Okay.
And it's very rare that you can get 2 boards to agree on a thing,
Sure.
so, he kind of was like, let's do it all at once. I said, get the feeling from your board, and he said, they kind of were like, "Eh." I'm like, I guess I'll bring it to my board and see if they go. But yeah, because it's half theirs and half ours, so it's 50-50.
I would say if they're willing to go, let's seriously look at it.
Okay.
Just get her done and then I don't have to look at it for another 4 or 5 years.
I'll see how the discussion goes with his board. If it sounded like they were kind of like, yeah, we think it will work, then I'll ask the county to start getting some of the contracts together for decision.
Yep.
So. All right, and if not, then I'll just bring it back for the 1 year, I guess, or that.
The 171, whatever, that's the our
Right.
portion.
Yeah, our portion.
So they would owe that too, or whatever.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, nice little chunk. But it's a really fairly long stretch, so. All right, feel like I was yes, the annual meeting. The annual meeting is on March 21st.
Saturday.
It's a Saturday, it's at 10. If anybody would like to come to that, we all will be here. Like, so, all right. Next is the public comment, last one. Did anybody have public comment?
Suggestion, but let's get up again.
No, you're fine.
Just when you guys are talking about the cards and the keys for the buildings, why not? One thing I would consider is changing the locks on the buildings to, digital keypad.
Yeah,
And that way you don't have to keep track of the key, and then you can just change it
Change it.
annually.
yeah,
And then even the same thing, if you got padlocks on anything, use combination padlocks and use the same combo on the padlocks, the building, everything, change it once a year.
yeah.
You don't gotta change the keys, you don't gotta worry about employees leaving.
Better.
Yeah, maybe we'll put it in there as keys or code. Don't share the code. We can put both in there, yeah. All right. Any other public comment?
mentioned for the, down X-ray and radar one, that we bring that back as a decision. I thought that we were gonna just go ahead and move forward with that.
We will have to bring whatever that contract is,
Okay.
to the board so that they can see it, but, and then approve it. Other than that, yeah. I think it will be fine, but if we're having him sign a thing, I think bring that back for them to approve.
Understood.
Mhm. All right,
Motion to dismiss.
motion from Nola to dismiss us all. We have a support? Support by Lee. Anybody, are all in favor, say aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we're adjourned.